So that we safe like two rubbers. Salute the others who care for missing lovers. Your who's forever. Put it one way, then connect two together in your perspective. While positive lectures got a grab on my tongue, so I spit the weather. Whenever it gets hung, now my vocal pressure is steady rhyme with the beating drum. Now every key that I record complements the message. It's funny to the blink of the eye if you see what I'm seeing. So every little effort that I put up follows me on scope like they beaming on me. Dreamlessly, scheming on emotions in my steps to realize what's next or who's left. See, I betrayed it to be Hugh Hef, but now I found my love, so for love, let's two-step. She kinda crazy, but I love her though. Met her in a strange way, but when I think way back way in a day, enough said, now picture love ahead.
I get the message cause it's heaven sent. She's well worth waiting for. Sullivan, chasing love becomes mysterious. As I'm staring her eyes, my thoughts seem more curious. Picture perfect as we share the scene together. Ain't nobody like we, or come close. Similar not to Beyonce and Jay-Z. I rap, she nod to impressions of our own theme. Music, the first love, but hers had me at a standstill. Since the first time we met up to chill, I'm saying emotions ran deeper than the Mississippi River. My hustler side told me to go ahead and get her. Now she rockin' with the best, cause shawty I deliver. Materialistic, more like logistics. It's a common necessity. What's yours is mine, and vice versa. And I told her, never worry about the money flow, cause every time I walk through those doors, I'ma always be carrying more. Now that's word to you. To the day I die, I love you.
From the bottom. From the bottom. You know we got 'em.
You know what? I could blow your mind with all sorts of stuff, and it's like
you just
things
blew
that
my
you
mind
did,
now.
things that you
Tesla.
that you
That's
think
your new
in
nickname.
society
Yeah,
is
look
crazy
this up.
that you just never know. Like for example, there is a lot of information and somewhat pretty daunting proof that the addition of fluoride to water, fluoride is a poison. It's actually in our tap water. It's in our toothpaste. It's in a lot of stuff. The addition of that is for mind control. Hitler had fluoride put into the water so that and then the water delivered to the Jewish people who they had captured in order to make them susceptible to decision making and basically more of a sheep, more to be herded. And I don't drink anything with fluoride. I don't brush my teeth with anything with fluoride. I don't mess with fluoride. But there's a lot of information about that. And fluoride is a poison that the American society deliberately puts in our water. You know, and that's crazy, ain't it?
Yes.
Right, and boy, man, there's a lot of stuff. Like, if you read the information about it, they don't talk about this type of stuff, though. If you read information about how the sugar industry, a lot of the people, the leaders of the sugar industry, paid billions of dollars for this image of fat being the bad part. Fat-free this, fat that, fat is so bad. When in actuality, as human beings, fat, salt, all that stuff is fantastic for us. That's the essence of our body.
Yeah, like bacon.
Like maybe table salt, bacon's great for you. Maybe table salt is not really, but there are salts out there that you know are from like that have a lot of the minerals that we need that we don't get from food now. You know, table salt's not that good for you, but it's still not as bad. Like people say, oh, salt causes high blood pressure.
Sugar. Depends on how much you use.
It's a combination of stuff. It is not just salt and
sugar and everything.
Sugar. I know it's hard, but not all sugar's bad either. You can get deeper with it. But what I'm saying is that processed sugar, you could get something that's fat free and it has processed sugar in it and be awful for you. Like 2 pieces of white bread are about as bad for you as it gets. You eat that burger, maybe that burger's not so bad for you, but the bun that it's wrapped in is probably, it's pretty bad for you because it spikes your insulin. This is the sugar response. Yeah, and it's just the way that American society be doing stuff. Unless you really look up that type of information, you have no idea of some of the stuff. And, like I'm lucky I have my cousin who's real conscious about that stuff. Like the aluminum and deodorant. Oh, I could just keep going on and on about the stuff that you're like, whoa, really?
Well, but then you got to think it's the health, the health industry. That's a $1 billion bill. If you get sick.
That's right.
That's why you think medical bills cost so much. You go in for a cold, that's like a $10,000 bill just because you went to the doctor for a cold.
Oh, man, but people don't think about stuff like this. Let's talk to you about like the flu shot, for example. Yep. How long has the flu shot existed?
It's been around since I was born.
Yep, since I was born.
How long has it been so popular though?
Probably not until like
last couple of years. Well,
do you recall back? Right? Yeah, maybe since the millennium, but. Did they get the flu before the millennium? Yep. Were people fighting it off? Yep. Because your body is equipped to do that. Yeah. It's made to fight it off.
Like a baby.
If you're not giving your body the right stuff, you're not going to fight it off. Why put this God knows whatever they're giving you in a shot inside your body? You really don't have a clue really what it is. Most of it's poison. Yeah. And you put it in your body to try to fight this off for a low percentage chance that it'll help you. Mm-hmm. When you could just fuel your body, give your body the things that it needs to fight it off yourself and not go through anything like that.
Now you got me wondering, who come up with this concoction and be like, this the flu shot this year?
Yeah, exactly.
It's stronger.
And what's it? You ask somebody what's in the flu shot,
they couldn't.
And a lot of people there will be like, "Oh, we're just paid to give out the flu shots." There's a lot of you should know this. There's a lot of they get paid to give out the freaking flu shot to people.
Rob Snyder even said it. He said,
Walgreens.
Yeah,
they give it free to the employees. I'm like, I don't need no flu shot, man. Yeah. Because if you sick, I'm saying it's like a baby.
I haven't had a flu shot in a while. I haven't got the flu. So I don't know.
Yeah, but those are just examples of that stuff that people like. You got to give them in moderation. Remember, I was talking about earlier about the African American history or the history of people in general. Yeah. Like depending on the crowd of people you're talking to, you kind of want to filter some of the information through. Because if you give it to them all at once, it's it makes people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
That's some of that type of information. I have a ton of it, but
you know what? Nah, man. You know what? That's
you have life insurance.
Yes, I do. I have life insurance, and I'll tell you why I have life insurance. I just am a strong believer of not really knowing when your time is going to be. And if I could pay $46 a month, I'm healthy as can be, so I get a lower rate for life insurance so that my family will inherit, let's say, more money than they'll probably ever need if they manage it correctly. For something that happens to me so that they'll be comfortable, that's fine. Because I have an agreement with my wife and I've taught my kids that money is just a means to an end. Your life can't, and I know, like I have people that I know that are just about making the money. Money is everything. Let me show how much money I have. But that doesn't mean anything to me. I really don't care about how money you have. What can you do with it? What are you trying to do with it? If you're blowing it on stuff, what's the real value of it? Yep. If you go into a casino and losing all your money, what's the real value of the money if you have? You're buying all these expensive cars that you have a car note that's insane to pay. What's the point? What's the value in the money? What is it getting you? Because it's really not about the money. It's about what you're doing with it that helps you get to a point in your life where you feel successful, where you feel happy, or will you do the things that you need to do? Sometimes it might only be $12. Sometimes you worked out real hard and you craving pizza and you want a pizza and it costs $12 to get a pizza. You have the money to get that pizza, and you feel a self accomplishment. You know, you feel satisfactory to get that.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll get you, in a position to where you can kill it the next day.
Yeah.
Maybe, like I'm a strong believer of feeding your brain. If you feed your brain, the rest of your body follows, right?
Yeah.
But that $12 made your night, didn't it? And it's just that simple. It's really about what is it going to? Yeah, sure. You showing this big stack of $10,000. What you gonna do with that, buddy? What are you gonna do with that? That's gonna tell me what it is. You gonna do something stupid? Yeah, you gonna do something stupid with it? That don't mean nothing to me. $10,000 don't mean nothing to me.
No, why?
And yeah, exactly.
Why?
To the strip club.
Why? Hey, I ain't lying. For my bachelorette, bro, my partner, shout out Cornelius, my partner, man.
Your bachelorette?
What I say, my bachelorette? My bachelor.
We'll let that slide.
I said hey, it's past my curfew. My
he
bachelor.
really put it down that night.
Nah, man, my bachelor. Yo, it was so funny, dog. But nah, man, they gave me some money, right? And I ain't lying, bro. I looked at the money, and then I looked up there at the dancers. I looked at the money, and I looked at the dancers. I said, yo, honestly, bro, I gave them $10, and I had a stack. I took out like 41s, and they gave me like 80. I gave out $10. I said, wait, I ain't wasting. I still got bills to pay after I leave. Are you tripping? And that's why I'm like, hey, they gave me the money. I had a choice to do what I wanted to do. I could blow it on them, or I could save it and be like, look, the light bill got paid, so I ain't got to stretch. You heard me? But
that's interesting. When you do the bachelor party, now you got me messed up. When we do the bachelor parties for like friends and stuff, normally we pay for their dances.
Yeah.
So we don't actually give them money to make the decision. But I think that's kind of cool. I mean, you still give them a wedding gift or give them money for the wedding, but normally we pay for their dances when they go up there. But I tell you what, if I go to a strip club and I have money with me, I could have $500, $600, but you ain't getting my money unless I see something that you working for. If you ain't working for it, you're not getting my money.
But you know what?
That's what I mean about this is not, this is a means to an end. If I'm going to spend this money, I want to spend it on something that's worth spending it on and that makes sense to spend it on because I'm wasting it anyway. I'm giving it to you. I could find something more constructive to spend this money on. But sometimes you have money just to waste. Maybe that's the time maybe that's a good time that you're having with your friends. Right?
I had $10. Hey, I made it rain with them $10. I ain't lying. I was stretching them out and I made sure I showed the money and I 1, 2, 3, 4. I was gone.
They didn't really like me in the strip club. Girls don't be liking to work for that, man.
I
like
got kicked out the strip club.
Yeah. Why? Did you ever
making work too hard
with coins?
There you go.
They didn't like the coins.
Be like, did I just hear a bag of change?
Making it hail.
What is that?
You were making it hail.
I'm making it hail. Now everybody else making it. I'm making it hail.
Shit, man, I ain't gonna make the
drizzle.
drizzle.
And the pennies flying everywhere.
I got one for you guys. I don't want to get too conscious on this thing. We can talk about that some other time. But what do y'all think is the best approach to these shootings that we're having?
The NRA.
Yo. At the schools?
That's a current event.
At the schools?
I said current events.
Dude, I
mean, in general, just a lot of these mass shootings. Because and I'll tell you my opinion, and I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. People are saying, take the guns away, right? Okay. So, for the people that are on the extreme of make firearms illegal, I don't agree with that because in coming from the streets, if the laws to not have a gun, ain't nobody following the law on the streets anyway. If they want to get a gun, they're gonna get a gun.
Man,
so basically, you're taking the guns from the homeowners to defend themselves at that point because those people are the criminals and people that you don't want to have a gun or the crazy people that are going to shoot up will find a way to get it. There's always going to be the black market. Why would you say, okay, no guns? I I think it's putting everybody at a disadvantage. And then when you come around from house to house and collect people's guns, do you really think every single person is going to give up their gun? And so another part of that argument is Australia. They had a mass shooting. They changed their gun law. They banned guns. They really haven't had a mass shooting since.
Did they just ban handguns, right?
They banned guns.
All of them? Oh, snap.
Same with England. Ban guns.
But they
don't really have any mass shootings anymore.
Yeah.
And people say that's the solution. America's a whole different animal, man.
Dude.
We've demonstrated time and time again that we are a different animal from other countries. You know, these people, these conservative people, like, you know, you got to claw the guns from my bare hands and all this stuff, and just the racial divide in our country and this the tension all over the place, and it's sad. And, you know, like, I don't like to live my life like that, but there's a lot of hate out there.
Dude.
And I think that if you want to ban the guns, that we're going to have a lot of storm before it calms down. Like, people are going to revolt, and things are going to happen and say, oh, see, banning guns are not the answer. We're still having this happen, you know.
Whoa.
I really think that would happen. But eventually, if they did ban the guns, it would eventually maybe calm down. But I just think America's approach needs to be a little different, a little bit more hybrid than those other countries. You know what I mean?
What do you think caused it, though? Because it got out of hand within the last year.
No, guns always been out of hand.
But I'm saying, like, well,
I mean, yeah.
that is
now
true.
Now the thing that they want to do is they want to put even more guns out there. They said, why don't we arm the teacher?
Yeah.
Now that's a bad move too, because say you got a crazy teacher. Now this teacher just gonna lock the door and it just can sit there and just pick everybody off. I
don't like him. He calls me trouble every day.
Yeah, you know, or they could say I fear for my life, and then you know.
Yup, that is a law. And to be honest with you, when it comes to a certain race,
I think,
man, that child, because look what they did with Tamar Rice, and this was cops. Look what they did to that little 16-year-old who didn't want to listen to the teacher, how that officer came in and manhandled her. There was an anchor lady on TV that said, yes, it was wrong for what he did, but this officer was just doing his job. I wouldn't fire him. How?
That.
What if that was your child and this man manhandled your little girl? As a father, I want to, man. It's endless to my thoughts to what I want to do to this man, because what he did.
Yeah, he did. He threw her down.
He manhandled her.
I was just listening. I think China have gun laws, and they got like you have to pass a mental test, you have to pass a written test, you have to pass an accuracy test. You got to get like a 95 on the accuracy test, and you got to do it every 3 years.
See, now
and
that
they banned the handguns, but because they said you can conceal them, but you can have a shotgun and I think an air gun, something like that.
So you brought up an interesting point that I don't want to. This is why this is a hard subject, because there's always two sides to the spectrum. So a sociopath's number one characteristic is being able to blend.
Yeah, schizo.
IQ wise, personality wise, everything. So a sociopath, which obviously is not in the mental capacity to have a weapon like that, would probably pass those tests.
Yep.
And so that's what concerns me about the test thing. And, you know, there's obviously a threshold, there's a median there, but this is why this is a crazy topic, because there's not any like real answer when it comes to the American population right now, because America is different from China. America is different from, you know, like you could say, oh, you do one thing here, you do it then. I just think the United States is just a totally different animal when it comes to that.
It's a different animal when it comes to a lot of things. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna shift it for a second. Take school lunches for instance. I've seen the average school lunch in other countries versus to here.
I saw that.
That's
too.
Disgusting. It's like they basically
mass produced.
Yeah, it's like they basically feeding us what they would to a pig.
Well, it's just like what Chris said. You cannot take the guns away.
Yeah,
guns gonna be there.
Guns is gonna be there.
It's too many. America got too many problems, and too many people will take the guns away. You can't take the guns away from the good people, because a person could get a AR-15 on the street for like $100.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can't do that. But then it's bad because you shouldn't try to arm everybody either.
Did you see that statistic that there's 3 times the amount of guns than there are actually population of Americans?
That's because people go out and buy guns every week.
That's insane to me. So
Yeah,
I
people
just this whole thing. I mean,
The whole,
So what would you do about what would y'all do about the school situation?
a lot of veterans came up with a good point. They said, well, you have a lot of people, veterans that work in the school. I know a lot of them that are still capable of being there for a couple hours a day, at least some kind of way circulating. There's some schools that won't be able to have like doors because they make the school too available. Like for my school, for instance, honestly, you walk in one door, then there's another door to get to the office. You don't have to buzz in or nothing. That's already kind of like a wide open because they could just somebody come in right after them. The school is going to go to a school lockdown, so they're going to close all the doors.
But you think school should be like that?
I
To
think
let
it should be
people-
jail, I think it should be structured. I
Well-
don't think it should be like jail, but I think it should be structured.
At least
enough.
I'll say
let me-
this.
Let me ask y'all this then. Why is it no mass shooting at the schools in the hood there? If the hoods are so bad that they paint on TV,
Because
why is it no school shootings in the hood like this?
This is the deception of life. Everybody is always going to be fixated on what they read or see in the media. That's always going to be it.
Mhm.
That's what fuels the American fear of the African American male. It's
Yeah.
because throughout the 80s and 90s, that's all they put all over the TV. Why do you think people are not going to be afraid of it? Everything in this country is built on fear. That's where we are. That's who we are. That's what the United States is. If you go 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours north into Canada, watch the news in Canada. It is absolutely nothing like the news we have here.
they ain't even news no
they
more,
want to
man.
keep us sick and have us die so they can make money off of us.
Right. I met a guy from Australia.
Ain't that crazy? And these are supposed to be the people that literally are supposed to be here helping us.
I can go to McDonald's and get a whole meal, and I can't buy enough ingredients at the grocery store to make myself something healthy. That tells you everything you want to know. It's like
$4 fast food.
people know this, but they don't want to know. They
Yeah.
know this. I mean, this is common sense. Look at this and look at that. The answer's right there. And it's just numerous of examples of just unbelievable things that are happening in our country. Yes, so they have all these little things here that are just slowly killing us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the right nutrients in our food anymore. Look at our portions compared to other countries. The portions of food we get from these fast food places compared to the portions of food that other countries have is insane. And, everything. So these big cars and this pollution that we have around, the easy accessible to crappy food, and then we get sick, and then it costs us $100,000 in doctor's bills to get ourselves better. It's
Now
like,
we're
don't
in
you
debt.
guys see what's happening here? And it's even worse for the people who are like in poverty that can't even afford to do anything, because then they're forced to endure those things, so they fall off even faster.
And you know what? I think if they make it to whereas when it comes to not being able to pay for food, you have kids. In order to be on welfare, you can't be married. A male can't be present in the home. Y'all know that, right?
No,
So
I did not.
you didn't know
That's
that?
new
No, if
information.
you on welfare Section 8, you can't be married. You can't have nobody living up in there. So think about it. That's kind of like putting.
Section 8, you can't have nobody.
You can't have nobody, and that's the same thing as food stamps. You can't be married on. I don't believe you can't be married on food stamps.
You can be married on food stamps,
Can you?
but you can't have
I
any income.
never heard. I
You
never
can.
heard of
You
married.
You can be married on food stamps. You just can't have no income. That's the thing. You
That's
can't
what it
have
is.
any
You can't have
Yeah.
income.
Yep.
Well-
And even if you're not married, if somebody live in your house, they can't have no income either, because it's based off a household. So it
It's
doesn't even
based
matter
off-
about the marriage part. It's based off the household. Household can't have no income if you want to have the food stamps. I had a conversation with my wife because she was just feeling crappy. She was doing all this stuff in the gym. She couldn't lose the weight she wanted to lose, and she really felt like crap because she had switched her birth control. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't want you to take birth control anymore. It's
Yeah.
just poison. Like, people take it's accepted. Women just take birth control now. Like, it's nothing.
Dude,
Did you even know
Well,
what
man,
birth
they've been
control
doing-
really
they've
was,
been doing
though?
it since-
Birth control was a form of population.
But you know what it was before? It was a form of genocide.
Yeah.
Birth control was given to African women
Mm-hmm.
in Africa to stop them from having kids. To cut off the bloodline. And all of a sudden, the American media twisted it to where this is how you practice abstinence. This is how... And now... almost all the women take birth control, and it's just poison.
It's messing their
just
bodies
poison.
up.
That's
They've been
all it
taking
is.
Birth control since they was in school, though.
But that's what I'm saying. And then I mean, and it's easily accessible, and it's not just impoverished women now. It's just women. Period.
It's
Now
like
they're
that.
taking I
It's-
said I don't want you taking that no more. I said we got to be smarter. That's it. Let's be smarter as a couple. I don't want you to take. She ain't take birth. She don't take it no more.
And
That's
I
it.
bet that she feel better, huh?
Oh, absolutely,
Man,
I
okay.
asked the guy. I met this guy from Australia who's over here visiting.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think he said about the U.S.?
What do you think you said about the U.S.?
Oh man, it's completely different.
He said,
Oh, it's a
"What do y'all
death
think?"
trap.
He said the only thing that he heard about over there about the U.S. What y'all think it was?
There's a place you don't want to go to.
No, he said
It's a land of
he just
dreams,
heard
man.
about
McDonald's.
guns and race, right?
That's
And
it.
violence.
Over in Australia.
That's all he got.
Violence.
So he said he came over here thinking like everybody walking around with guns and all this stuff. You know, he was going to Memphis. He went to Chicago. Like, he was over here traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just thinking like, that's all. He said that's all they heard about over in Australia
Mm-hmm.
was about the gun violence over here and all the other stuff
Yeah.
in the other news.
And if you think about it, that's all there is.
He said he came over here. He haven't seen nobody with a gun yet, except for the police.
That's it.
My brothers, that's the
For real?
media. I mean, you seen us
The
back
me-
in the 90s.
No.
We were up there, you know, letting them give us all these illegal guns and putting liquor stores on our corners
Man,
and
every
having us
corner.
kill each other. And everybody thinks that's okay. Everybody still thinks it's okay. I'm a part of this game. You're a part of that game. We're repping neighborhoods that we don't own anything in. Let's shoot each other and kill each other over it.
Those streets,
like-
man.
But you look at some communities, like I remember when I lived in the burbs and they had the Chaldean, which is a Christian Arab, and they had their community, they all stick together. They all own like corner stores, making tons of money. I had 16-year-olds in my 16-year-old Chaldean guys in my high school driving Escalades on Dubs,
'Cause
like
they-
16.
Yep.
You know, because they got money, because they work as a community. And then, like, the Asian population here, from what I understand, are buying up properties and
Dude.
keeping it all in house and doing what they can. But what the African American population doing for each other?
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
we
Even
fight
the
against
white
our
people
people.
up top in corporate. Is, you know, it's about who you know. They like, you're not even qualified for a job, but if you know this guy, they'll get you in. It's
Yep.
like people are sticking together in that regards, and we're gunning each other down. And we think that's okay. We think that's right because
Yeah.
that's what we know. But it's,
Do you
know,
listen to gangster rap?
of course.
What do you think about the rappers who rap the stuff?
They're just rapping what they see and what they know.
So do you take that as entertainment?
I take it as art.
Hold up, wait a minute. We just had to take a quick break in between this episode to let y'all know that y'all can leave a voicemail for us if you want to come in on a show or, you know, just talk to us and leave us a message. The number is 253-234-7149. A special shout out to our networks that we're on. Check them out. They got some awesome episodes and shows and DJs. X Squad Affiliate, Stand Up, Fat Lows Radio. You can also catch our show on iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and your favorite podcast apps. Also, don't forget, if you got kids who watch YouTube videos, check out Dat Kids, D-A-T Kids, YouTube channel. And if you like to listen to some great music, check out my co-host, JR.504 SoundCloud page. Now back to our regular scheduled program.
I take it as art, and,
So-
I appreciate it. I appreciate them getting that words out there. But does that mean that I'm gonna go out and kill somebody? Does it mean I'm gonna go out and cheat on my woman? Does that mean I'm gonna go out and rob a liquor store? You know, do a drive-by? No.
But you gotta
That's not
think
what
about
that
it.
means.
But you gotta think about the kids that's growing up fatherless, who are looking for someone that's grabbing their attention. Cause there may be some kids that won't listen, but they'll put on a record and vibe to it, and they'll be like, yo, I feel what he talking about. Maybe I do need to get a gap.
Yeah,
Maybe this is my role model because we have shared similar experiences. That's the problem.
But some kids
that's
don't.
That's right. That's what happens.
Kids nowadays don't look at it.
It's
like
a vicious
not
cycle.
the kids nowadays, because back in the day, when Lil Jon came on in the club,
oh yeah,
talking about people would get in a fight.
yeah, that's true.
You
That's
know
true.
what's funny? What we did with that is we go out to the club in Detroit and they play like Bravehearts, Lil Jon, Nas, Quick to Back Down. People get hyped.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was we just playfully started shoving each other in the circle and stuff. So what people would do is they get all hyped up and they just jump into playful shoving. So now we got people laughing and being stupid instead of like really throwing hands. But people get hyped, you know, like
People get
we
hyped.
change. It's like I swear to you guys,
Mhm.
it's like
No,
we kind
no.
of changed the vibe there. You know, we
Yeah.
had a group of people that we come with, and it's like we changed the vibe at the place.
Nobody got
Yeah.
to fight.
Nobody
I'ma
got
tell
into
you,
like
in
big
New
scraps.
Orleans, I'ma tell you.
But I'm saying that it would definitely be like that because everybody get hyped. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But instead, you know, everybody started doing all this shoving
Laughing.
and stuff, seeing we
Yeah.
having a good time, and they want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And that's just the human mentality.
I
You know what I
wish
mean?
it was
that
like
changes
that
the focus
in New
of
Orleans.
things.
In New Orleans, it was, man, this is
can't
how it
play
was.
shove.
Yeah, this is how it was in New Orleans. You go there, and you got your clique. It's you and your boys. And y'all cool as cats, right? They always got that one clique that just be posted on the wall looking.
Waiting for some action.
Just waiting on nothing. You can bump them, or they just be like, oh, yeah, that's that dude I go to school with. Yeah, him and his partners whooped us in that game. I got something. So be like, dude.
It's extra grimy, man.
It's
and
extra-
that they're there too, you know. Like
Yeah, man.
they're there too. When people be getting shot after the club, I ain't saying it wasn't violent.
Yeah.
I seen people. We came outside, and two dudes laid out, bleeding on the ground. I'm like, what the hell happened to these guys? That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's the focus. It's just as bad as like the media telling non-African Americans to fear the African American male as it is to the African American males believing that it's okay to beat on and kill each other. Because that's it's like a chain reaction, you know, like that kid is now looking up to this guy who's talking about beating up on this guy, shooting these people and this and that. And he says, you know, I can relate to this guy.
But you know
Maybe
what?
that's me.
I don't knock the art. I don't. The thing is, there is people that look for an escape route, and when they do feel that somebody that they love, that person lived their life, that's when they start to kind of gain that mentality. When we were young, we listened to it, but we just had fun. Now in society, not everybody, but now in society, it's more on a mental stage where these kids are not balanced. And that can go back to everything in which we said with the fluoride being controlled. I mean, it's so much with the food imbalance, not getting the proper foods or feeding it to your brain. So somewhere we're losing it.
That's exactly right,
It's
man.
say I ain't gonna
That is
lie.
exactly right.
When it comes to Black history, a lot
Nail
of
on the
things
head,
that
brother.
you see, it goes back way back before slaves, before we was brought over. Man, some got misconstrued, and somebody tried to have a master plan, like with the Jim Crow. Everything he said, for some reason, seems like it's just starting to play. It's been playing. It just got greater and greater and greater and greater.
Well, I mean,
But
if
you know-
you had a nation fearing something, it's easy to control.
It was just like a plantation.
That's
Like-
what that's
It
the
was
United
just
States
like a
is.
slave
That's what
owner.
the United States is.
Yeah.
It's all
If
about
they,
it.
Like if they keep saying North Korea gonna bomb us, now everybody always up on arms.
Yeah.
So now if they go attack North Korea, they be like, oh, that's because they said they were gonna bomb us first.
But did they really say
Yeah,
that?
but did they say
See,
that?
that's not the question that people ask because we're so used to just consuming
Going
all
by
this
what they
fear.
say.
When's the
Yeah.
last time you watched the news on TV? When's the last time you went on a news website? I'm telling you, 85-90% of what you see is going to be bad.
It's bad. That's why
It's
I don't
bad,
watch
and
it.
a
It's
lot
like
of times it be
depressing.
BS.
It's depressing.
Man, it's be BS to hear Trump come on TV. That's BS. Hearing that whoever speaks for him, she just kills me. Anybody who tries to defend what he stand for is ignorant. Anybody, no matter black or white. If I see a officer mishandling a child or a person, that cop is wrong. hands down. I don't care what color I am. I don't care if I'm rich or I'm poor. It's wrong. But I noticed that a lot of people will come on TV and try to defend the bullshit in which happens. And that's bad. Because our kid, man, anytime our kids can fear for their life.
But it's always going to be somebody that's going to defend somebody, no matter what
true.
they do.
Check this
Even
out.
like the killers who killed, like the dude who killed all the kids.
Like the one
He
white,
got defenders to try to say why he did it.
like the one white dude who
Then
raped
they
that chick she was unconscious and he raped her.
Yeah.
But they say he had a scholarship, was it for
Well, no,
swimming?
they said he
He was-
wasn't making it in jail, so he can't.
He wouldn't make it.
He wasn't making it in jail, but they had a young lady who killed somebody who was trying to,
self-defense.
yeah,
So
and they
then
gave
she
her
went to
life,
jail.
but
she
yeah.
had 25 life. Yeah.
And I don't understand that story there.
But there were two different races,
That was two different races.
and one kid came from a privileged background.
Exactly my point. So the moment that that person is privileged, everything is twisted, and it's sad to see, because when it comes to a minority, and they do the littlest thing, they get the biggest penalty. Like the
Well,
one lady who
blacks
people
and
are
Latinos.
scared of them. Check this out. You know, props to Joe Rogan for saying this. He said if everybody was just a little nicer to each other, it's that simple. Just everybody was just a little nicer to each other, our country would be totally different.
It will.
And
be.
the satisfaction you feel, everybody feels satisfied when they do something nice or positive for somebody. That should be addicting. That feeling should be an addicting thing. And if if you became addicted to that feeling, society would just change. But it's like we keep getting pumped full of this fear and people are consuming it. And I still read the news and stuff, but it's more so to stay conscious. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, even like with sports, you go somewhere, like the Y, for example. We got all different nationalities up there. Everybody get along.
Yeah.
You know, or you can go like in the white neighborhood and play ball. 9 out of 10, they ain't gonna say nothing.
They ain't gonna say nothing.
They go off your character. They be like, okay, yeah, come in.
Come in.
I mean, we did that plenty of times.
And you know what?
Or like a white guy come to like black area.
Yeah.
If he play ball,
He play if he
just
can
play
ball, he can
Yeah.
ball.
That's the kid mentality, right? Kids are not born
Exactly.
thinking like that.
No.
Kids are born, hey, you know,
Hate
it's the person.
Hate comes from being
It's a
instilled.
learned-
Yeah, it's a learned
But
behavior.
let me tell you, all right, I started driving Uber, right?
Mhm.
All this time, I'm going off of fear. Like, I'm finna go out here with these crazy people, and I'm like, damn, I'll probably end up in jail or something. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna have a quick temper because somebody gonna get in and say something dumb.
Yeah.
Everybody I met, the coolest people ever.
And you be surprised to get in. What's happening with man?
Yeah,
bro.
you know, they sit there and have a conversation. You know, I never would expect that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just doing Uber for fun. I'm like, wow, I did not expect these people to be so cool
Yeah.
and get in and be regular.
So I said, get it be regular. No, that was crazy.
But
man.
yeah, it's
That's the
'cause
way we
I
go,
was
though. We're
going
going
off
to go
the
off
fear.
the fear first, yeah?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, I'm finna get in. It's finna be some crazy people finna try to rob, finna try to do all this stuff.
Crazy stuff.
Ready to fight, and man, these people get in and be so cool.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it's like almost subconscious. Like sometimes you just can't control it because it's been planted and it's like branded in your brain. And like some of the things that don't get enough credit, like something is crazy about the human body that we actually can feel what's right and what's wrong. Like you know this is right, this is wrong.
Yeah.
You don't always choose what's right.
Yeah.
That's why you make mistakes.
Yes.
Everybody does. Some
You
people
learn.
just choose the wrong thing, but you knew it was the right decision.
Yeah.
Everybody does. You could feel what that, where does that come from? That's just a natural thing.
Natural thing.
And if you can find a way to control and maneuver people in a certain direction when it comes to that natural thing, it causes imbalance. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me.
It's-
But we were talking about the rappers. A lot of the rappers rap about shooting people and selling drugs
Go
and
back
stuff.
to the suburbs.
And because they know that a real street dude is trying to get out, not trying to stay in. They trying to get
Yeah,
out. They're
that's
trying to use
true.
that as a means to get out. They're not exactly like that, and to their credit, they shouldn't be.
But then there's some of them that just that's all they just exploit. That's what I do.
Man,
Most of them
Yeah.
don't last pretty long.
Do
doing
y'all
that.
go places by yourself?
Yeah.
Y'all feel comfortable going places,
Man,
Sure.
I'm comfortable.
because it's a lot
wherever.
of people will not go places by themselves. They wouldn't go to the mall by themselves.
Man.
They wouldn't go to like a sporting event by themselves because they scared of what can happen.
I'll go by
man.
myself. I'm
Bruh.
cool with that.
I wouldn't see Black Panther by myself.
Yeah. See, I go see that.
Yeah,
Man.
sure, nice too. I ain't have to share no snacks or nothing.
There you go, bro. Daddy, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I'd get in trouble if I went by myself.
Right in the
man.
middle.
Right in the middle.
They always have to go to the bathroom.
Right in the
I'd
good
get in
part.
trouble if I went by myself. They
Why?
never, because they want to go. They
Yeah.
always want to go. So
We just tell them Dad'll be back.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe when I get a little older, brother, but I can't
Yeah.
pull that off right now.
30
I
minutes
can't.
later. 30 minutes later. Hey, PC, you at the Y? That's the first thing they ask me. You at the Y? Nah, bro. I'll be home in a second. Hour
telling-
later.
I was telling Jerry, I was taking my boy out yesterday for his birthday,
Yeah.
and I got him like this card, and it had his money on it. And instead of buying him a
The
birthday
Visa card?
gift, instead of buying a birthday gift, I took him to the mall and I let him buy his own stuff because I wanted him to know what it felt like to spend his own money,
Yeah.
how
Probably
quickly
buy
it can
nothing.
go,
Yeah.
and it was a great experience because he got in there and he came out with like 4 or 5 things, and he was like, wow, I burned through that money so fast. And I said, I want you to see how that works. When we give them a gift, they're just concentrating on the gift they get, not the means to how we got to get it from
Yeah.
them, right? And so when I took him out, this is such a great idea. I'm glad I did this. We were standing in the Nike store in line, and I was like, all right, you guys are, it was him and it was his best friend. You saw him yesterday
Yeah.
because it's his best friend's birthday too. They're
Yeah.
a day apart. And I said, you guys are going to go pay for your stuff with your cards. And he's like, well, weren't you going to help us? I'm like, nope. You're going to go up to the counter with your cards yourself. Well, what do we do? I was like, guys, you'll figure it out when
You'll
you get to
figure
the
it out.
counter. Like,
Yeah.
it's not as complicated. They were sweating. And like,
Like they were trying to get a number. Look.
they were so scared. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you, it's not
be
not
cool.
that difficult when you get up there. But then when they got it done, they felt that sense of like relief, like I did it, a sense of accomplishment, you know.
That
And
responsibility.
it was just it was an all around good experience. And I'm glad I can do that for him because you know my mom was a flight attendant. She's gone all the time. I had to learn how to do laundry and cook food for myself when I was 6-7 years old.
Yeah.
You know, and whenever she was there, you know, she blessed me with being my mom. You know, she'd do stuff for me, of course, but sometimes you gotta learn to do stuff on your own.
Yeah.
And my kid, my 14-year-old, really hadn't had to do anything like that. He was asking me how to turn on the gas stove. I'm like, in my head, but you know, I got to be sympathetic. He hadn't had the same upbringing as me. He just
Yeah.
hadn't had to do that. But that's stuff you need to know.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
you know, I want to show him some of those things he needs to know, and so he can beat those fears. Because what's happening now with society is because we can interact and meet people without being face to face now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be face to face because it takes away the initial fear of acceptance. Will this person accept
Like
me?
me,
Will this
or-
person
yeah.
like me?
Yeah.
But it's hindering you because you'll still need that later in life. You're not going to get anywhere in life if you can't communicate and meet with somebody,
Face to
carry
face.
on a conversation face to face.
Can't nobody
But
have a conversation.
that's changing now. Like, you're not getting those opportunities anymore. Kids are meeting each other offline, talking over the mic. Total introverts, not having an opportunity to
Get
to
that one-on-one.
get that
right
interaction. Yeah, so you can make 20 friends online, but when it comes to you hanging out with, you know, a new kid outside of school, you know, you don't have nothing to talk about. You're scared. You
Because
don't
it's
know.
all online. That's like, you know what? When texting first came on, I remember I used to text so much. All of a sudden, get around chick. Be like, what to talk about?
Well, that's fun. 'Cause, yeah, they can go like a couple hours.
Oh,
texting,
yeah, texting.
But then you know you have
Talking
to
on
have
the
a
phone.
conversation
Yeah.
face to face.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, my best friend, this reminded me of some funny stuff. This is back before texting was big. He would be on the phone with his girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be on speakerphone. We'd be hanging out. And they could go like 20 or 30 minutes, complete silence, not saying nothing. And I was so, like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is going on? Why are y'all not talking? It's like, no, nothing. They just on the phone with each other. They're silent. They'll talk about something and then like have 20 minutes
it's a
silence and then
silence.
start talking about something again.
Uh-huh.
And like texting is great for those people because they can take their time when they text. But
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't carry a phone call conversation with your girlfriend? Are you kidding me?
Man.
People can't carry a conversation now
That's crazy to me, man.
because
That
they always
was
say
nuts.
the same thing. They be like,
How your day?
"So, They just came from outside. They
That
be
ain't the woman for
how's,
you then.
How's the weather?
That ain't the woman
just
for
came
you
in.
then. Because I'm sure y'all could talk to y'all wives like, you know, because you're like your best friend. You know, you just go in there, you can talk, you can joke. Make
Sometimes
fun,
I don't even
all
feel
sorts
like
of stuff.
talking.
Well, it's kind of
That's cool.
But you know what?
It depends on how much you together. Cause
You
you
know
together all day.
that-
What you gonna talk about?
yeah.
What you do today?
And see, the
You
thing,
don't need to talk at that
That's
point.
it.
You didn't
Well,
talk all you want.
exactly.
But I'm saying if you
Oh,
had
yeah,
like
yeah.
on the phone call lasts like what, 30 minutes
Me and
to
my
an
girl
hour.
talked for like 2 hours the first time we was on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See,
That's
that's
what we
cool
did.
though. You can care, but I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes of silence.
Just
Y'all would have
yeah.
been laughing
I
if
had
y'all
a cousin
boy was
like
up
that.
there.
No,
then-
I had a cousin like that. Son, we'd be bullshitting, and he'd be on the phone. You know how you got that one cat that just be on the phone. He'll be indulging in the conversation, and then he'd be like, "Hello." I'm like, "Dude, you on the phone?" He'd be like, "Yeah." 30 minutes go by. I ain't hear him say not one word.
Unless she talk a lot.
No. I'd be like, "What you talking about, son?" "Nothing, dog. She just on the phone." I'm like, hang
That
up,
ain't
man.
funny to you?
No, I
That's
think
hilarious,
it's funny.
man.
I'm
That
like,
was-
bruh.
I was
Now, I'm like,
tripping.
you've been talking to us more than you've been talking to her. What's the point of her to even being on the phone?
I asked somebody that one time. I said, "Why y'all on the phone to hear each other breathing?"
Yeah.
I guess breathing said so much.
That society changed, the technology changing everything. It's
Yeah,
making
man.
everything instant now. Like our kids don't even have to have
Well, it making
patience
them
anymore.
antisocial.
And that's what it is.
Before, you know, when we were dating, now they got this Tinder thing, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I don't even know. And then one of my single buddies, she uses it, and he's like, oh, I could just swipe left, swipe right. How easy is that? Like, it's ridiculous. And
So
there's
what,
like
you
nothing.
swipe left, swipe right, and then what?
Like,
They
you
just said
swipe
you
and then you
like
know
it?
the girl, and then you can talk to her via the message, and then you can meet up for drinks. I'm like, that's like crazy to me, but that ain't real. I mean, you taking all of the, you're not gonna know how to do anything when it comes to like normal interaction.
You think about it. Sometimes guys can't talk to girls. They can't just go up and say, how you doing. They can't do that.
You have natural ability to have the gift of gab or have charisma, but
Some
you still
people
got to
do.
work on it though.
Some people don't.
Some, yeah, you
start
do.
off, I was charismatic, but I didn't start off knowing how to talk to girls. You got to work at it. You got to. It
But
comes
people
over
scared of
time.
rejection.
I'm gonna tell you, go to New Orleans with that, man. Them chicks is so rootless. One chick, I kid you not, son. I went to try to talk to her. I'm like, hey, how you doing, boy? When you gonna get your braces? I'm like, wait a minute. How you doing? First off, I'm like, damn.
He said, but Cal said people are scared of rejection, but I think that's,
And that's
because
true.
there's more routes of not being rejected, so they don't have to experience it. Like I think everybody that knows how to talk to people and interact with people have been rejected in some way numerous times.
Yeah.
Because it's just like if you get punched in the face. If you ain't ever get punched in the face, it's gonna be a different feeling for
It's
you.
gonna
If
be-
you got punched in the face before because you a fighter,
Yeah.
you're gonna brush it off.
Yeah,
It's like
brush-
anything. You become it becomes something different for you
It
the more
become-
that
yeah.
you get it. Like,
Second nature, kind of, sort of. Yeah, that's true, man.
stuff is changing, man. I'm telling you.
Man, times is
They got
dang.
sex robots and like
Dude.
fucking facial recognition on your phone.
I
and-
can't do that. See all that? It scares me. And then I seen some an ad on Facebook. Not even an ad, just a video of somebody saying that it's freaky when you talk about something and then you stroll on Facebook and it's there. That's the freakiest thing.
Yeah. That
It-
happens a lot.
But then these apps that we install, if you ever go to right before you install the permission, and they'll let you know, they can
check
go
your location,
Yep.
your sites,
everything. It's spooky. I'm like,
Messenger messed me up. That's what took me so long to get Messenger.
yeah. I was man, yeah.
If I had so many people trying to contact me through Messenger, I wouldn't even have it.
Because if you be like, why is my phone on? Think about it.
Well, I mean, it's just like the computers. Like somebody can get in your computer and be looking at you, and you won't
through
even
the
know.
camera.
Yeah, through
I
the
don't
camera.
even know it.
That's like the smart TV. That's why I can't have
That's
smart TV.
that's what the Snowden guy was telling everybody. They had a program to spy on people.
Yeah. And they got mad. I think that's why he was still hiding.
He is hiding. He's still in
still
Russia hiding.
Yeah, they ain't catching him. That boy.
Like Samsung TVs got cameras built into it. A lot of people don't know.
What you talking about, Chris?
I'm
Man.
spreading that conscious knowledge, man. I'm telling you,
Man.
there's stuff that just insane. Like people don't know I'm telling you, man, society is just trying to kill us off, man.
And
Those electric cars, oh my God, they are not good for you at all.
Why not?
What you talking about, Chris?
That's too much, man. I'm not here to
everybody
do the
hates
conscious
Chris show.
I ain't trying to do the conscious thing.
What kind of electric
I'm not
car you
trying to
talking
kill, like the hopes and dreams of anybody that want to
like
get
a
an electric
Prius?
car or something like. I'm
No.
not electric car. First of all,
like a
driving the
Tesla.
car ain't good for you. I mean, like
Tesla.
because so. Little conscious part for you guys.
Break it down.
Okay.
Okay, I thought he was about to be quiet.
I'll start with this. So the Earth is fueled by the sun, right? Plants thrive in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
The first generation of human thrive in the sun. When the sun touches our skin, it energizes us. It bronzes us, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not a knock on our white people, but when it touches their skins, it burns them.
If I get sunburned.
Because the first people come from the homeland of Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it it always gets just a little deeper when it comes to the way that the earth is to humans. For example, we have a certain charge in our body. That's why we have electrons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can ground ourselves back to our natural charge when our flesh touches the ground, the sand, and the water. What does water do? It conducts electricity, right? So salt water is really good for you. Like, it's a way to, like, if you see the people, that native people of Africa, tribes of Africa, they don't walk with no shoes on. They don't do nothing like that. You see a lot of those guys are, like, ripped as can be because they're grounded with the earth.
Mm-hmm.
The earth's natural charge charges their body. A lot of people don't know that. And that's why it's important to, like, get your minerals in and get, all your nutrients in and everything, because you're helping your body balance. And so grounding yourself, like walking outside with no shoes and socks on, like in the grass, a part of the earth, is a good thing if you were to do that on a daily basis. It helps.
So I should touch the grass with no shoes on.
Here's the... Huh? Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy, but it's really the truth. Like, if you're out by the beach, if you're in Santa Monica, go walk in the sand with no shoes on, and then go walk in the water a little bit, charge yourself up, and walk back in the sand. And just see how you feel a couple hours later. It's just a total different feeling. But people don't really embrace it. They don't really embrace that feeling. And it's just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff like that you don't ever think of. I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's a lot of things that, we wear rubber shoes. We wear socks. Why do we do that stuff? People don't think about that. You got stinky feet because you wear it.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So, why do we do these things? Why do we always protecting ourselves from the sun? We're always wearing, like, things to protect ourselves. Why is being naked so frowned upon? Why are you always so taboo with your body? These are things that people don't think about.
Yeah.
That's why
That
I'm going to
it's
Europe.
like, wow, that's interesting. And so I'm just gonna cut it off there because I could get all sorts of deep. But just think about those things. Just it's always a method to the madness.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep everybody in beta. Let's let them listen to crazy rap music and crazy rock music and never be able to ground themselves or become one with the planet and keep themselves in this high intensity. Where do you think we get road rage from? Everybody's always in beta. Nobody can ever recover themselves back down to alpha, where they're cool and calm and collected, and really being one with the planet. So it's just crazy how that stuff is, like, so simple, but people just kind of overlook it. It's not really that important because we got everything else going on.
They said 97% of people with road rage have V8s.
Yeah, V8s.
I got a V8. I don't got road rage.
V8s. He's like, I'm on this sick.
But it's the road rage also is a part of just the fast reaction. You have to react so fast, and because of the situation, the speed of the situation gets people to charge their beta really fast, and they get upset about it. It's a fast reacting situation typically, and that's the way the body reacts. And so it's nuts, man.
It's
good
like
stuff.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Story time with Chris. Yeah, you know what time it is. We almost at 2 hours.
We did
We're
good.
going to have to split this up into two parts.
We might have to. Hour.
Yeah, you know, we don't get Chris on that much.
Yeah, you're right. I think we should have made this a 2-part episode.
Yeah, make it a two-parter.
You said a 2-parter. The little one waking up. But you got that quote for us, Cal?
Oh yeah. But once again, hey, go rate us on iTunes and Google Play. We want to thank Chris for sliding through here once again.
No doubt.
To give y'all the inspirational quote. I learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that's real.
Ooh.
Evander Holyfield.
Knock, knock.
Good job, Evander. That's a good one.
Hey, anything you want to say, Chris?
What about Tyson? Everybody has a plan until they get punched.
Oh, man. If you get hit by Tyson, your dreams and everything should
They
just go.
shattered.
They shattered like that jaw.
Well, yeah. You want to say anything to the people out there, Chris, before we wrap this up?
No, it's been real, and shout out to everybody that has been a part of the From the Bottom experience. I've enjoyed as a guest and as a fan of the show and listening to everybody and some of the wonderful things they have to talk about, some of the hot topics, some of the things I agree with, some of the things I disagree with. You know, that's a part of life.
Yeah.
You know, everybody can't be exactly the same. So,
Like
yeah, I just
zombies.
wanted to give a shout out to everybody, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, we want to appreciate you for coming. You heard me? It's been a long session, and you know what? That's what's up.
Your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
From the bottom to
From the bottom.
From the bottom. Once again, that will forever be the intro of the century.
You should.
So once again, you know how we do this, y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in, for listening. Shout out to all our Facebook Live folks who tuned in.
I'll try that again.
What, the live? It was pretty cool on a better angle. But yeah, we like to thank y'all. You heard me. We coming at y'all, and we may have to make this 2 parts. So we coming at y'all, hitting y'all quick. So you know how we do it. Cal and Jay, a day.